YouTube is the highest hippie in the room. Dricanhippie, of course, and episode 391 is powered and brought to you by Envious Egyptians, the single off of String Theory Volume 2, out now on all streaming platforms. Also, the video is on YouTube as well, so make sure you guys go check that out. Episode starting now.
Fulfilling my purpose, I know that I can. In the end, I know I'ma win. God, a part of my plans. Every morning I'm waking up early, I'm putting the heat in the pan. Sometimes I get tired, but I do not care. But I can't rest till I get in there. I've been working, fulfilling my purpose, and you
Look at the mic, check 1, 2. What is this? The Dricanhippie Show, back to business. And it's going down, man. It's going down. Today I got a special guest with me, and I just want to introduce him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got the Hot 97, who's next showcase event winner, you know what I'm saying? The young man, not the YN, the YM, you know what I'm saying? Young man, Jay Flexn in the building.
What's up, bro? Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me,
brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, very great.
I appreciate you for pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Again, I wanted to apologize that I didn't introduce myself that day, but I was so caught up in the festivities, you know what I'm saying?
So cool.
And I saw you working, you know what I mean? You was out there, you had your eyes on the prize, you know what I'm saying? So some judges sitting there, you was like, hold on, let me do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, let's start with that, you know what I'm saying? Let's just start with how that experience was for you, what happened to lead to it, what happened that night, and what happened after.
So, wait, say it again.
What happened to lead to that night, like how you got the opportunity, and then what happened that night, like what you did to prepare and how you killed the stage, you know what I'm saying? And then what was the effects of it? What happened after that?
So how I got the opportunity, they did like a little voting thing. So like when they was voting, I came in the top 3, and they chose 3 people to go there. So in total, I totaled 5,816 votes. And while I was there, so to prepare for it, I just rocked out. I just did what I gotta do. Every time I didn't have no schoolwork, I practiced. Because, I gotta do my schoolwork first.
Yes, sir. You a good student?
Of course.
That's a fact.
Sometimes.
So you got the opportunity. You saw that was going to be something that you was about to do. So how did you prepare for it, and what happened that night?
So how did I prepare for it? What you mean by that?
Like, did you rent out a studio session to rehearse, or did you was already feeling yourself? You was already knowing that you was gonna go up there and do what you had to do.
I already knew I was gonna go up there and do what I had to do. Also, I was practicing all week.
Right. So that night, how did you feel going on stage? Were you nervous? It was a couple people who was in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You had Jim Jones.
I don't usually get nervous.
You don't feel that?
Yeah, what really shocked me though is the fact that I made Jim Jones smile, because I don't see him smile like that.
And you 13?
Yeah.
So, okay. So you made Jim Jones smile, you know what I'm saying? You felt good about that. And then how did you feel about the other artists that performed?
The other artists, you mean Jay Diamonds and Corey St. Rose?
Yeah.
They was fire. I ain't gonna lie, cause while I was in the competition, the voting thing, I also started listening to their music. So that's the thing that made me only a little. That's the only thing that made me a little nervous, because I was up against couple good people. You know what I'm saying?
That Corey kid, he had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I missed the other one. It was a female, right?
Jay Diamonds.
I missed her performance because I was downstairs like catching a couple interviews.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, his energy was dope. But
me and him got something coming.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Is this where you first saying that?
Huh?
This the first time you saying that?
Yeah, it's my first time saying that. You
heard it here first. We get exclusives, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so you performed, and then were you nervous when they said come on to the stage so we could count the well, you said you don't get nervous.
The votes. The votes.
You was nervous. You was like, hold on, I want to get this W chat.
a little bit.
But you heard your name and you just got excited.
Yeah, my heart dropped out my chest.
Yeah. And then you had your family in the crowd. You had supporters in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I saw the eruption.
Yeah.
Because I was there for when they announced your name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I first walked in, like in the beginning, was when you was performing. That's when I caught your footage. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, son is dope. He fired. And then they said 13 years old. I'm like, I started too late in my career. You know what I'm saying? But when you find the passion, that's great when you find it early. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, like my man that, shout out to New Vibrations Publishing, you know what I'm saying, for sponsoring the episode, you know what I mean? Like my man E just asked you, so you got popular in school after that, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they was congratulating me about it a lot.
Yeah.
But also, it felt great because this the first time, like, not the first time, but this, like, felt like I was really, like, emergent type, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I really enjoyed that day, enjoyed that moment a lot.
That's fire. That's dope. Congratulations, bro. Like I told you, when you messaged me, and you was like, yo, thank you for posting my thing. And I said, yo, congratulations on the W, you know what I mean? Because that's big, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as people try to downplay radio in this day and age, Hot 97 is still a brand. It's still a big name, you know what I'm saying? So, exactly what did you get for winning that competition?
I'm going to be opening Summer Jam 2025.
Hey.
On the festival stage.
Festival stage?
Yeah, also some other stuff I got coming, but I can't talk about. But other great stuff came from that night.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, that night I met Charlie Mack. Okay. And me and my parents been talking to him serious, like, about business.
Yeah.
Shout out Charlie.
Shout out Charlie Mack, man. That's dope, man. So you obviously got to be excited, energetic right now for everything that's about to happen, you know what I'm saying? So how do you take your time, like how do you take time for yourself with a lot of motion going on? Like, you still got to be a kid at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because you're still young.
I mean,
you play video games, you play basketball.
I don't play video games. I go to school and I grind, because my grind is my fun. Sometimes I hang with my cousins, but my grind is what I do. You know, I love making music. And also, like, the things I got going on right now is stuff, like, I've been wishing for. Yeah, a lot. And I never expected it to happen so quick, especially after dropping only for 1 year.
Yeah. So when did you start doing music? Like,
when I started doing music, I started making music while I was 6, but I was never consistent.
Okay. But it was something that you felt that kept calling you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good, again, to find the passion at a young age. Like, I didn't find this passion till, like, I was, like, 27.
Dang.
Damn, I'm 37.
Nah, that's wild.
I'm unk status?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I mean,
I'm still chilling, you know what I'm saying?
You like big bro status, I ain't.
Big bro status. I think that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my niece Paige, man. I'm big bro status. Nah. But I respect that, man, because I still try to keep my foot to the ground and try to find kids like you or talent like you. I don't want to say kid, talent like you know what I'm saying? Because y'all the next wave of what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? So when is Summer Jam?
Summer Jam is June 20th.
June 20th?
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just got rejected. I did the application to do media at Summer Jam.
What happened?
And they rejected me.
Oh, man, I'm sorry that happened.
It's cool. It was my first time, and the feedback that they gave me was to prepare me for next year to know what I need. Yeah. So that's how I don't take L's as losses. I take them as lessons. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up.
Got to keep going with that. You know what I mean? So, do you have any projects under your belt?
I got an EP I'm dropping during the summer. It's called Youngest in Charge. and that song I perform at the SOBs, it ain't been released yet. So I'm thinking about dropping it the day of Summer Jam or 5 days after.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. YIC, youngest in charge. YIC, youngest in charge.
Youngest in charge. Wait, what was that?
YIC.
YIC. Yeah,
Like
youngest
the
in charge.
acronym, you know what I'm saying? Like, but so you already working on it. You already got a couple songs for that. And
I already got a
like
couple songs.
That's dope. That's dope. So before that, like, you just been dropping like songs, singles, and things like that.
Yeah, I've been dropping singles.
That's good. That's good. And you got a couple visuals, as I see. I see that it's playing throughout the YouTube. You got a couple visuals there.
Oh yeah, this my first song I ever dropped, like, seriously.
Coming through.
Yeah.
How you coming through?
Yeah, it's been going great ever since, man.
Where
so
you
I'm
from?
blessed, huh?
Where you from?
Feel me? I like to say I'm from New York, cause I rap all New York.
Okay.
Rapping Long Island, I'm rapping Brooklyn too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope. Well, I respect that. I got a couple peoples out in Long Island. I fuck with Long Island. But
Yeah.
repping New York as a total, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
good because you still at a young age and people will hear that and be like, I can fuck with him because he's not picky and choosy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's just representing New York. You know
For
what
sure,
I mean?
for sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So the EP coming, you
Yeah.
got Summer Jam coming, you know what I mean? What's
Yeah.
next for Jay Flexn, man?
Next
Like,
for Jay
how you
Flexn?
feeling?
Man, some things I'm finna announce later, or some things I'm finna announce, but it's gonna surprise all y'all.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay. So when you first started, you said you was feeling like you was on and off about it, like you wasn't as consistent as you are now. So what event or what happened to you when you felt like I could take this more serious now?
So when I wasn't really being consistent with it, I was an artist that couldn't, like, get 100 views in a month.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when I turned 12, I mean, I can't really get into it, but when I turned 12, it's just like a bunch of stuff going on. I said, you know what? Let me just focus on music, you know, because it's where, like, I feel happy at.
Okay.
And I dropped this song, and it said 1,000, like, 7 days. So, like, to some artists, that's not a lot. But to me, it meant everything, because I was somebody who couldn't hit 100 views in a month. It took me 1 year to hit 1,000 one time. And it just keep going up ever since.
Yeah. So you feel like you did something right with that certain song and you kept that momentum going?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
It was God, bro.
It was God, you know what I'm saying? God did. You know what I'm saying?
did.
That's a fact. So do you have like a in-house producer or do you go find beats? How do you work?
I produce my own music.
Yeah, I love niggas, man. Like, y'all so talented, bro. Like, how did you find that
How I
about
found it,
yourself? Like, that you could make a beat?
that I could make a beat. Ever since, like, very young, I was just messing around with them, and I just found out I could do it. And when I was younger, I made some beats. They sounded alright, but you know, as you do it over and over, they become better. So, yeah.
So you just kept going with that part?
Yeah, of course.
That's dope, bro. I can't lie. I always wanted to do something with music, right?
Yeah.
When I was younger,
Yeah.
because I grew up like, I told you how old I am. So I grew up like in the 90s and in like the 2000s, right?
Yeah.
But the first time I jumped into a booth, trash. I was like, all right, nah, you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta hear it.
Nah, never. That's never coming out. That was when I was like 15 years old. I said some trash shit, right? But we had a couple people around us that was musically talented, and we was trying to manage them and shit. But we felt like we was getting looked over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I just started watching podcasts and stuff, and I was like,
You had to do that instead.
I could talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Be like that, bro.
No disrespect. I know you hear curse words and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
nah, it's cool,
So I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
And I got knowledge of things that I am going to talk about. So
Yeah.
let's do it. And I've been doing it for 8 years now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's
So just trying to keep the ball rolling, man. And I appreciate you for not knowing me and trusting me and coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, yeah, of course.
we all are a stepping stone to where we heading. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So one hand washes the other, and we can help each other with that. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Hopefully you get introduced to a new audience and you guys follow him and make sure that you support his music, leave comments under his stuff.
For sure.
If you become a fan of it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, don't be disrespectful. Just keep it pushing, you know what I mean?
No.
So do you have like a social media presence? Like, do you do stuff on social media to promote your music and stuff like that?
Of course, all the time. That's what I usually do. I post like content like 2 months before I'm thinking about dropping. 2-3 months. Or like a couple weeks. Or like a couple weeks before dropping.
Yeah. And TikTok, Instagram.
TikTok, I mean, where I got the strongest presence is YouTube.
Shorts?
Huh?
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Because I be doing stuff on every app, but I got like a better group of supporters on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube goes crazy. I just started figuring out like the shorts. It goes crazy, but I ain't gonna lie.
The shorts help a lot.
They really do help a lot. It adds on to what you're doing.
For sure.
That's a fact. So, what do you got for the people? Like, do you got anything that you want to give to the people so they can know about you and what you got coming and how you are? Okay, let me ask this question. What do you feel, as young as you are, what do you feel like you represent? Like, what do you want to represent? Like, who do you want to represent? Do you want to represent the youth coming after you and show them that they could do something? Like,
yeah, I'm representing the young new wave that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? I always say this, like, I represent kids that want to do something great, but you know, especially being Caribbean, you always told like as a kid there's some stuff you can't do, like, or you're not gonna be successful at it. So I want to represent like kids my age that's trying to do something great, and I also want to represent my city. You know what I'm saying? Long Island stand up, Brooklyn stand up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Fordham stand up.
What island?
I'm from Haiti.
Haitian
and Dominican.
Haitian and Dominican, dope. My mother's father is Dominican.
Oh, for real?
But I'm Puerto Rican. Like, the whole family is Puerto Rican, but my mother's father is Dominican.
I got a little bit of Puerto Rican in me.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. So, Jay Flexn, man, again, I appreciate you popping out, man. If there's anything else that you want to give to the people, you could say it right now. You could give them all your social medias, anywhere that they could find you and everything like that.
Man, my social media, Jay Flexn, Dr. Kid, on Instagram and TikTok. Can I give a shout out?
What you need. This is your platform today.
I want to shout out my parents. I want to shout out Prince D, my godfather, my boy Chriso, my boy Fifth, Charlie Mack, my cousins, my church, my family, everyone.
Heavy on the religion side, right?
For real.
Oh, before we get out of here, one more question. Who are 3-4 artists that inspired you?
3-4 artists? As of right now in total?
In general, like your whole time of...
I would say Pop Smoke for sure. Lil TJ, A Boogie, and XXXTentacion.
Rest in peace, XXX. That was one of my favorite artists of all time, bro.
For real?
Yeah, I love him, bro. Like, the feel that he gave to the game and like his rawness, it was just like, I loved it, bro. Like,
it was amazing.
And Pop Smoke, you know, he the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He the guy right there.
He equal like 10 Chicago rappers, bro. He was like that.
Come on, he was like that, bro. That's a fact, man. But again, Jay Flexn, man, I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
This won't be the last time, man. We'll link up again, and
sure.
You know, when you got the album coming out, you got any like events or anything like that, I'll pop out. You know what I'm saying?
The Summer Jam, man.
You be doing shit like that, right? Like showcase events and stuff like that?
Showcase events, yeah. I got a lot of them I'm doing during the summer. Tomorrow my last day of school, so, you know, we turn.
We out of here. We got good grades, so we outside.
For sure.
So just send me any information, and if I can make it, I'll pop out. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
We can help each other, man, with anything that you got going on. Just let me know, brother.
Yeah. And this not gonna be our last time seeing me, bro.
That's a fact.
Stay tuned.
Once again, for Jay Flexn and Dricanhippie, and y'all already know what we about to do. We about to get up out of here, and we'll be back at y'all real soon.
I've been working, fulfilling my purpose, I know that I can. In the end, I know I'm a win, God, a part of my plans. Every morning I'm waking up early, I'm putting the heat in the pan. Sometimes I get tired, but I do not care. But I can't rest till I'm getting there. I've been working fulfilling my